Alright, hopefully you guys had your welding hood on for that, because if not, you're going to need to sleep with potatoes on your eyes. Like slices of potatoes. Suck the arc flash. I don't know. That's what I was told forever ago. Back. I can't even remember who told me that. You got arc flash. Oh, slice some potatoes and put them on your eyes. And I don't know. Maybe it works. Let me know. Have you guys ever put potatoes on your eyes when you stare at a welder for too long? Alright, so we're gonna go get the frame for Kinsi's International. It's done sandblasting. They put a coat of primer on it because we've been having some weather. So we got Hollis in the back seat, co-pilot Otto in the passenger seat, and we are gonna go pick up a trailer and go get the frame. Alright, let's get this trailer hooked up real quick like. Be on our way. This trailer's been through a lot. It was the old firewood hauler back in the day when I was a kid. I bet it's had a million trees stacked on it. Anyways, the jack's giving me fits. The hitch is kind of messed up. None of the lights work. Fenders are all smashed. I think we should rebuild this. We're gonna rebuild this trailer. We'll make a video, show you how to rebuild the trailer. All right, we got our frame picked up. It's on the trailer, headed back home, and we got a little bit of extra. So the guy that did it, that was supposed to prime it, I guess misunderstood and ended up painting it. So we'll make it work. We still gotta do some grinding, fixing on those welds and cracks and everything, but I guess it's already painted black, so we'll just have to touch up some spots. Anyways, we'll get it unloaded and get to work. I'm excited that it's painted black, but I wish that I would have had all this stuff done before it got painted, because I wanted it sandblasted so that I didn't have to worry about grinding and all that stuff to clean up welds and cracks. But at least now it won't rust for the time being. So basically, there she is. She's a beaut, Clark. All right, we're back out here again. After work, I ended up grinding down those welds and putting a little primer on last night, because that's what I do. I just like to do work when I know that I should be going to bed. So anyways, I got welds ground down, threw some primer on there. I guess we'll just keep working on these, cutting these welds out. I need to fill that hole back in. I think they tried to put another gas tank in the back of this thing or something and decided to just cut the frame out. So I'm gonna cut a circle for that. I think on these ones where it's just completely mutilated, I think I'm just gonna cut that section out and re-weld in a new piece of frame right there. Anyways, and it's gonna get boxed right here anyways. Once we get this flipped over and everything, get our suspension hooked up, and weld a plate in there for the other side of our link mount, so that we have one tab on each side of the heim joint there. But that part of the frame was just like super gross and oily, and I couldn't get in there to do all that. So that's one of the big reasons why I wanted to sandblast this frame, was to clean that type of stuff up. So we'll just keep going on these cracks. I'll try not to get too boring on it, but I don't know.
Luke, I'm your father. Ha! Just kidding. Who's your daddy?
Okay, so this is what I'm gonna do. I gotta cut out this piece of metal that's the same thickness as the frame. Cut that out where it was all cracked up. So where there's this bracket here that goes to the cross member that I'm gonna be able to weld to. So that's kind of cool. I'll utilize the strength from that. And I left this long on purpose because I'm gonna butt weld it along here. But first I'm gonna measure this. I'm gonna try to put a little bit of a step in this so that it'll step down and actually go underneath the frame like that. But then when it's sitting in there, be more flush. So that's the plan. I'm gonna go, I'm gonna measure this and then go to the vise, see if I can do a little whoop whoop bend on it, and see if I can make what's in here fit what's there. Right there. Leave a little room. Try that. I misplaced my tripod from my trip to Robbie's house, or Robbie's shop, so I know that I brought it home. It was in my duffel bag, but I was a little bit preoccupied when I got home, so what I'm trying to do is rig up different spots to put my camera without a tripod. There. There, that ought to work. Okay, so I'm just gonna stick this in here. Let's see. So the first bend needs to be down, which is down, which is down. I don't want to mess it. Well, I guess either way, whatever way I do it, I can just flip it around because it's just a rectangle. We got the auto shop dog in here today, running around. Okay, I just put a little kink to it, and then I'm gonna kink that back the other way. I can show you what I'm doing. What are we hitting in there? Ah, we're hitting, gotta trim that corner off. It's hitting that weld in there for the 4-link bracket. I'm gonna slope that corner down. If it's not one thing, it's another. Those abrasive belts and discs from, I think I got those from Combat Abrasive. I've had that thing on there for a while now, and man, she still just chews up the metal. It's good. Good thing. All right. I think that'll work. Let's grab the old welding torch. Say hi, Otto. Huh. I don't know what his deal is. Oh, there he is. There's the boy. Who can guess why we named our dog Otto? And it's spelled O-T-T-O. It's a good trivia question. See if anybody can guess the right answer on that. Not too shabby. By the time you weld it in and grind it down and put some of that magic hide it stuff called paint on it, it'll be just fine. We got her welded in. Not too shabby, I don't think. So once we flip the frame over to do all that stuff, I'm going to weld in this cross member right here. We'll weld that to the frame. And then we'll flip this over once we get all the stuff done along the bottom to do all the other stuff. Then I'll actually weld in the tops of that also. So anyways, on to the next one. Alexa, turn off. This one is kind of, I don't know, tricky. What I think I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna get a piece of paper and template that hole and then cut it out with the plasma cutter by hand. So grab a piece of paper and then I'll show you guys how to cut a template out using a hammer. So everything that I order that comes with like this thicker paper, it's kind of like that poster board stuff that you used in elementary school to do the cool macaroni stuff on. But whenever I buy something and it comes with this type of stuff, I just save it. I got a spot on my shelf that I save it. And I never have to go buy it, and I don't feel like I'm spending money to make templates and stuff. So basically, I'm just gonna hold that on there, and I'll just take this hammer. You just take it and you just tap around. You find where the hole is and you just tap around it. And then it kind of, if you do it enough, it'll actually cut it out for you. My grandpa showed me how to do this when I was a child. We were probably working on some old tractor or something and needed a gasket that you can't find. So you can go to your auto parts store and buy a roll of gasket material, gasket paper that comes in different thicknesses and different types for different applications, but you just get that gasket paper. It's kind of the same thing. You could make intake gaskets for like older style intakes. You could do anything that uses like a water pump gasket, timing cover gasket, stuff like that that uses like the paper gaskets. I use it for thermostat gaskets, stuff like that when I'm working on stuff late at night, and then you don't ever have to be scared about like tearing something apart that you might not be able to get parts for. Like, just keep some gasket paper on hand, and if you need to, whip out some gaskets. You can use it for carburetor gaskets, base gaskets on carburetors. They got the thicker stuff. So just a little trick for you. But like I said, if you take that, especially if you have a sharper edge, I kind of rounded these edges a little bit when I was cutting this out. If you got a sharp edge, just get a little tiny ball peen and just go around it, bop, 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 bop. It'll cut that gasket right out exactly where you need it. And got this thing cleaned up and fit in there, ready to weld it in. So I think once we get that to there done, all the cracks and stuff on this side of the frame will be finished. So that's cool. Starting on this cab mount, pulled the bolts out, and it's got a crack. It's got a crack that runs from here all the way across, right over that bolt hole, and over to like right here. And then a crack that comes down, it's been welded there. And then this crack comes around, all the way around, up and over, spider cracks coming that way. The back side of it is just goober pucky welded. So I think on this one, I'm gonna get brave and I'm gonna cut out that section of frame and weld in a new piece and then drill some new holes. So I think there's just too much repair right here to try to grind all that stuff out and make it decent. So that's what we would have been trying to save there. I don't think it would have been worth the energy. So yeah. So we'll just use that, lay it out on the sheet, trace it, make it fit, and then punch some holes for the cab bracket and weld her in. All right, to trace this out on this piece of metal, I'm gonna use this piece of soapstone because I can sharpen it to a really fine edge and get right in there and trace right along it and get an almost perfect shape. And then as long as I cut it good, should save us some work. So I just use my sander here, sharpen it down to a point, and then that fits in there like that, and then go right along there. And bam, just like that. Okay, let's see how she fits with no trimming. Oh my goodness. Flip it around. Boom. Like a glove. So, now, what we're gonna do, we'll buff that up, clean this up. I'm gonna put my holes in this before we weld it in, because I can use the drill press to do that when it's not in the frame. It's kind of tricky to get the drill press in there sideways to drill holes. Ha ha ha! a hold of her. That's got sharp corners. Ha ha ha! Ooh, she's raining outside. Where I come from, rain is a good thing. Looky there. That'll make the flowers grow. It's about time we get some April showers to bring our May flowers. Let's get back to work. Alright, we got all this stuff welded, primed, put back together, except for these cracks here. It's getting late. I don't want to do it tonight, but I'm going to push through and finish it. So, next time you guys see me, we're going to be flipping this thing over, putting suspension under it, making it a roller again, and we'll actually have some good progress. So, stay tuned for the next one. Thanks, guys.